is balanced scoring. You got to have multiple guys, especially since you're not going to have Harrelson today.
And lineup changes for both. Logan Imes gets a start for Notre Dame and making his first career start. The man with the basketball right now.
For Georgia Tech in that zone, you got to get Dongo going, because if you can get him going inside, that'll open up that three ball. And for Notre Dame, we talked about the fact no Harrelson. We see that move by Kowacie Reeves. That's
1 of 4. He's the only Yellow Jacket to shoot so far in the game. And here's Shrewsberry. Bang!
And that's one of the things that, Braeden Shrewsberry does a great job of, is catching that three in rhythm. It's going to be a long afternoon for Georgia Tech and defensive.
Dongo brought it back down. Nice feed underneath to Reeves, and he's able to spin it through the hoop. The great rebounders in the country. And at the shot clock, off the mark, Taylor the rebound. Imes for 3, and it spins around. Here's Mustaf, and they're looking for big things out of this young man.
And that was one of the things also that Stoudemire mentioned.
He's had nice games this year. He had 16 against Virginia Tech, 11 against Duke, and that's the first bucket for the sophomore out of Illinois.
On the floor, you saw a good little runner right there. It's something that Notre Dame's going to really need.
That's a nice pass by Dongo, and it leads to a lay-in by Reeves. Yeah. Georgia Tech's only had 2 players to play in every ACC game, and you know about Burton. He's among the best players in the country. Here's Certa, look out. But she is from Italy.
Yep, absolutely.
Right. Shrewsberry, great head fake. Surprised he passed up the open shot and then got out of whack there.
I thought that he had...
13-10, Notre Dame closing in on 8 minutes gone. And here's Shrewsberry again, and he hits his second 3. He has 8 points so far. Logan Imes got the start for the injured Jalen Harrelson, who averages 16 a game, and picked right there. Great body by Washington.
And that's one of the reasons why Washington is in the game. That's one of the teams that when you get into the NCAA tournament can shock some people because of the pace that they play with. You see Shrewsberry was able to get one going.
Although Kelly has been better this year from 3. And Dongo, beautiful left-handed kiss off the glass.
Frost is not going to be able to stop him. If they keep them on the perimeter, it's going to be hard for Georgia Tech to get those threes to go.
And Certa finally gets a roll. Good box out there by Logan Imes, who got the start today, first since mid-January. And Imes trying to muscle his way in and can't get it. Follow once, twice, got it. As soon as you said that, and Dongo jumps off the bench, but now they call him back. And Akash Fleming's going to come back in. Reeves, he's off to a nice start. Sure does. He has 8 points for the Yellow Jackets. 3-point lead for Notre Dame. 7:27 left. Certa. That guy can absolutely light it up. Points
I'm going to tell you, Certa in Italian means Italian. And so when he puts it up, it's certainly going in, my boy.
For 7 for Georgia Tech. And turnover's a huge part of the game. Georgia Tech's turned it over 8 times. And ND only once, and there's a home bounce right there. Give it off to Ndongo, swings it cross court as he's done, and Fleming to the rack. There was contact there, no foul. Fight for the rebound, and the big fella comes away. Taylor wide open, and the southpaw drains it.
Big fella's like, I got guard skills. Give me the rock, and I'm going to create for you.
Boy, that's a difference in this game. 8 3-pointers for Notre Dame, none for Georgia Tech. Backdoor cut. Beautiful feed from Shrewsberry, and Tout his first basket. Georgia Tech needing a basket badly. Shot clock down to 7. Mustaf will cut it loose. First 3 of the game. And Dongo leads the way along with Reeves, each with 8. And Dongo tries to add to it and gets a favorable roll. So a quick 4-0 run, 5-0 run now for Georgia Tech. Sir Muhammad back in there for Notre Dame. And Shrewsberry. Oh, my.
He's cooking. Man. And if you're Chaz Kelly, that's a simple switch. You got to understand, this dude is already on fire. And give me the rock, I can produce. And then that's going to allow coaches to give you a little bit more flexibility and freedom.
Reeves for a 3, and you knew that when it left his hand.
Now for Georgia Tech, you got to get stops as well as that 3 ball has been going. And you see your boy, he's like, I got a flamethrower. I got a flamethrower. Keep giving it to me.
He has hit 4 threes. Shrewsberry has hit 4 threes. And Notre Dame has hit 10 threes. Trying to answer. Okay. Oh, boy, here we go now.
Man, I got a 3 ball in my pocket as well.
Certa again.
That's
oh,
a heat check.
my goodness.
That's a heat check. Boy, what?
On his way today.
He said, allow me to reintroduce myself.
Shot clock down to 7. Shrewsberry lays it off for Tout. Great pass to Imes and rejected at the basket. Shrewsberry thought about it, didn't pull the trigger. Shot clock at 5. He'll go to the rack and had it stripped out of there by Chatfield, who just rips it away. And at the other end, to lay in the first bucket for Akai Fleming. Shot clock at 7. Shrewsberry defended by Ndongo. And a little fade away into paint, and he gets it to go somewhere. And they've gotten a pile of it from Certa and Shrewsberry, but chipping in here and there. This guy right here, and he'll add to it.
Imes has done a good job understanding that Georgia Tech is locking up Shrewsberry and also Certa.
And Tout to the basket. Beautifully done with a left hand. Irish.
Carlson Towle said, you know what, give me a chance to go and put it. I'm telling you, my guard skills I like. They've had one field goal made, and they've got to find a way to get some buckets. Because, again, you're not going to get any shit. Nice move by Kowacie Reeves.
Then Muhammad falls down, but able to get it to his teammate Sundra, who's checked in. Will fade away, and he got it to go for Garrett Sundra.
You watch Notre Dame. See how many guys they actually have sitting there in the paint, and then they're closing the gaps on all dribble drives.
Tell you, this guy's decided he's going to start making things happen. That's a freshman from Atlanta. You know, our meeting yesterday, he came walking right over to you as here's Imes for a 3.
He's had it raining. Hey, he's had an afternoon. Along with Shrewsberry and also Certa. He's had a great afternoon so far.
Well, that's been the trio. Washington in the lane, left-hand fade away. And Imes another rebound for Notre Dame.
If you're Georgia Tech, you cannot continue. And great pass. Big fella running in the finish. Talking about a dive. And watch Towle in his screen right there. Big fella understands. Trying to get some run.
What a play. Design play.
What a play.
Rare miss. Look at Tout on the board. Certa for 3. Tout trying to get another one.
It's only fitting that big fellas, he pounds his chest. And again, Notre Dame did a good job of being able to help in those gaps and force Georgia Tech into difficult shots.
And a 3-pointer. He's been the man in the second half, and that's Fleming. And there have been some cold walks here lately.
I've seen a lot of the kids out jogging around in T-shirts, and you see Cole Certa picking up where he left out, and then the hustle play almost getting that deflection. And
little did we know he has 30.
Look how far behind it, and he does not hesitate.
He can put on a lot more muscle. He's only 18 years old. Uh-oh.
Bam, but I tell you, and one of the things Georgia Tech was, they had Sundra.
Notre Dame in front by 23 with 4:23 left. Here's Certa, career high. Bam, hey, by the way, the all-time Notre Dame record for most points by a player in an ACC game belongs to Marcus Burke. You may remember he had 43 against Cal last year. And there's a 3 by Chatfield. Well, he hit one a minute ago. Figures he'll try it again. And what a game it's been. You know, with all the talk about Certa and Shrewsberry early on, you pointed out, Imes has had an outstanding game.
Imes
turned it over there.
Yeah, it looked like he's grabbing at his hamstring right there. Interested to see how long Micah Shrewsberry keeps him in. Because if he does, he's got every shot at the 40 ball.
Oh, yeah. Sitting on 37 now. And a 3-pointer in the corner again by Kelly. But make no mistake about it, as that one is saved. Nice play by Chatfield to get that ball, and Mustaf rattles in a 3. But, well, you know, last year was very disappointing after the bounce-back year they had under Pat Kelsey's first season, and he got beat in the first round of the tournament. I think everybody was surprised by that, as Kelly's hit his third 3-pointer in this second half.
You know, you have a huge win at home in that rivalry against Duke, and he is a guy averaging 20 points a game. Then you turn around and you see Chatfield knock down another 3.
I've had coaches come up to me and say, I'll make you a deal. You get me one of those babies, and I'll get you something dialed in with my school. You know, for Micah Shrewsberry today, as he shakes hands and a big hug with Damon Stoudemire, Shrewsberry has to feel very good. I think he might be saying to him, hey, look, I know what you're going through. I'm in the same boat.